What? No, she go crazy. No, she's very just absent. I won't, just one time, I didn't bring them up. Okay. You're fucking.
Ready to go.
Thank you. Thank you. Someone. You know, I defended a first degree murder case in this courtroom. We got a good verdict. The judge was Chambro. ¿Te acuerdas de Chambro? Yeah, it was, but it looks a lot better than it used to. I guess they fixed these chairs.
But I don't use this. Go test.
All right, everybody, good morning. And are we on the record?
Yes, Judge.
Good morning, Your Honor, yes.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Okay, what case were you last on?
We're on Mr. Pfeiffer, Tevin Pfeiffer, on page 7, number 18 of the calendar.
Good morning, Mr. Pfeiffer. How are you today?
I'm all right.
All right, in case number F2518713, you are being charged with the following offenses: 1 count of armed trafficking in oxycodone. You have a 2nd count. You have a 3rd count, which is selling cannabis within 1,000 feet of a church or a convenience store. And that's a 2nd degree felony. The first 2 are punishable by up to 30 years in prison. The second one, 15 years. And then you have a 4th count of selling narcotics without a prescription. That's punishable by up to 5 years in prison. All right, let me hear from the attorneys, please.
So Judge, it's the state's position that there's probable cause. It's armed, requesting that the defendant be held without bond on the first 2 counts.
What saith the defense?
Judge, with regard to being armed, the police are just saying that there was a firearm that was discovered in the residential search warrant. However,
Yeah, I don't really see the arm. I'll be honest with both of you. If you want to elucidate me a little bit.
I can
please.
have the detective log on.
I beg your pardon?
I can bring the officer in for sworn testimony if your honor is not
Okay.
finding PC.
Well, I don't see where, I
Okay.
mean, do you see it within the 4 corners of the document?
It talks about the gun. It says 1 Glock firearm was recovered as a result of the residential search warrants.
Okay, I don't find that he's armed. I don't think you need to bring in the detective unless he's gonna testify that the defendant had it on him.
But Judge, the state can prove armed through constructive possession.
Okay, I don't see it.
Can I bring the officer in, Judge?
When?
I can have him log on in the next few minutes.
Okay, I don't want to turn this into an all-day discovery session. I don't think that's fair to anybody in this hearing.
Can we just pass it? I think the officer also, if your honor's not gonna hold him without bond, I think the officer wanted to be present to address the bond amount.
Well, then you should have had him ready to testify. It's not obvious
I
on the
didn't think there
document
should
that he
be
had
an
the,
issue, Judge.
don't interrupt me, please.
Sorry.
When you read the 4 corners of the document, there doesn't say anything. There's a gun in there. It doesn't show he had it on him.
Judge, can we please pass the case? The officer can be present.
What do you think, Ms. Curry?
Judge, I would ask if you would just go ahead and set the bond at this point, Judge. There's nothing.
Well, you know, the reason that I am
Not in the 4
concerned about it, and I want to give the officer an opportunity to testify about it, is because this appears, and maybe I'm thinking that this is a long-term investigation. So go ahead, bring in the officer. We'll pass it.
Thank you so much, Judge.
Okay, who's next?
Herminio Aviles, page 7. And Mr. Aviles, Spanish, English? Who speaks English?
All right, this is case number, excuse me, F2518715. Sir, you're charged here with one count of selling cocaine within 1,000 feet of a school and possession of cocaine. First count is punishable by 30 years in prison. The second one is punishable by 5 years in prison. I hereby find probable cause. As to both counts. As to count one, I'm gonna make the bond $15,000. As to count two, it'll be $5,000 with a stay away order from the location at 5900 North Miami Avenue, Miami, Florida, 33127. Good luck to you, sir.
Judge, that's his address. We would ask that you not do a stay away from his.
Well, if he was selling the cocaine from there, he can't go back. Let's go to Willie Miller
Judge, can he
now.
at least return to get his belongings if you're gonna require that he leave his home?
Well, supply me with a stay away order and I'll put in there that he can go back one time to obtain his property.
Judge,
But
I don't
in the
have a
company
stay
of the
away-
police. Listen, I'm not gonna argue every case. I
I'm not
don't-
here to argue with you, Judge.
But
I'm
that's
just
what you're
saying-
arguing with me right
if
now. I
you're
just
giving
told
him
you,
a stay-
supply me with an order that I will give him permission to go one time accompanied by the police.
Judge, I believe it's on the orders that the state attorney asked for, and there should be a box on.
No, I didn't get one. I don't have one.
Okay, Judge.
Let's go to Willie Miller now. Is this Mr. Miller or not?
No, Judge, I need to make a note so I don't forget to get you an order after court, Judge. So please,
I'll
give
be,
me a
I'll be,
moment.
I'll be in chambers. Let's call up the case of Willie Miller, please. Good morning, Mr. Miller. How are you today? This is case F2518716. Corrections gave me a note saying he's out on bond and count of possession of cocaine punishable by 5 years in prison.
The good part about it, Your Honor,
I beg your pardon, sir? Ms. Corey, I can't hear what he's saying.
Judge, it was letting him know he should not be talking about the facts of his case while we're here in court today,
told
Judge.
me, man.
All right, I do find probable cause. As to count one, I'm gonna set the bond at $10,000. As to count two, it'll be $5,000. He's to be held until he goes back in front of Judge Susan. Good luck to you, Mr. Miller.
Judge, I do have Detective Bellinger logged on whenever the court's ready to read.
Ready?
All right, Detective, can you please raise your hand on Zoom? Also, Judge, the detective does undercover work, so he's not able to put on his camera.
That's fine.
Okay,
Detective, raise your right hand for me. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Judge.
Good morning. How are you today?
Good morning. How are you, Judge?
I'm doing good. You want to go ahead and proceed on the questioning on the issue of the firearm?
let's wait for the defendant, Judge. Corrections still hasn't brought him. Pfeiffer.
I didn't hear you.
Judge, can we wait for the defendant to be present?
Of course. Ms. Curry, would you let us know when the defendant is there with you?
He's your judge now.
Mr. Pfeiffer, are you there?
Yes, sir.
All right. We're gonna have the detective testify right now regarding the issue of the firearm.
All right, Detective, what was the probable cause to get the search warrant?
The defendant was selling narcotics out of his residence, and he sold narcotics twice to an undercover police detective.
Does he live there?
It looks like he does live there. He had clothing, shoes. He was sleeping on a sofa bed there, and he had a medicine bottle in the closet.
Okay, where were the drugs found within the house?
All over the house.
Yeah,
Literally.
you know, sorry, Detective. I read the A form. That's not the issue here. The issue here is you want to charge him with armed. Detective, did you find the firearm on the defendant?
No, it was within the home.
Okay, do you know,
Inside,
do you remember exactly where inside the home?
it was in the kitchen, in the kitchen on top of the stove, just on top of the stove, in a holster.
All right, do you have any information that that gun was his?
Besides the fact that it was in the home that he was in, no.
All right, is it being forensically examined for any fingerprints?
Yes, it will be forensically examined for DNA.
All right. Anything else from the state?
Right, and where was the gun found in relation to the drugs?
Like I said, the drugs were found all over the home. Literally, just pretty much in every room. And the firearm was found on the stove in the kitchen, and directly across from that was the defendant's cell phone that he was asking for officers to go get from inside of the home. Cell phone and iPad.
Anybody else in the house?
No, he was a sole occupant.
All right, no more questions, Judge.
Corey, do you have any questions?
No, Judge, I would ask you to find no probable cause for armed trafficking.
All right, Detective, I want to thank you very much. I don't find probable cause for armed trafficking. That very well may change after the forensic examination of the firearm, but I want to thank you for your candor and sorry for the inconvenience this morning.
Judge, in light of the fact that the court is gonna set a bond, I don't know if the detective wants, to give any input as to the bond amount, detective?
Yes, Judge. The defendant during the interview, he stated that he didn't live there. Obviously, we've been watching him for some time. We saw that he does live there. He was claiming to be homeless. If he could provide a home, we would ask that he be on house arrest. Because he said he was homeless. I don't know. I'm not sure where he's gonna live. And given the light of the facts and the drugs that he was selling, we asked that he have a elevated bond and be held for nephew.
Well, he'll have an elevated bond. I mean, you abundantly make clear that this was a long-term investigation, at least going back in for a while, and so I will give an elevated bond. Anything else from anybody? Ms. Curry, you want to say anything?
No, Judge.
Judge, just FYI, it's gonna be in your division, or whatever that's worth.
Wonderful. So I'll see him again.
And he has
Yeah.
no priors, Judge.
Okay. Well, he's been arrested before. He's been no pros before in the other cases, but given the equities and the totality of the information that's been provided by the detective, I will set the bond as to count one at $50,000. As to count two, I will set the bond at $25,000. As to count three, I will set the bond at $25,000. As to count four, I'll set the bond at $5,000. And that's on case number F25-18713. And if he makes the bond, it'll be with a GPS monitoring device. Sir, while you're being charged right now, you are not to possess any firearms or any narcotics or anything that's considered contraband. Did the clerk have a question for me?
No house arrest?
Total lockdown. Yes, sir. And on F25-18714, he's got 2 counts. He's being charged there with possession of a controlled substance with intent. One is for oxycodone, the other one's for Percocet. You're facing 15 years per count in that case, and I'm charging you with 15,000 as to count 1 and 15,000 as to count 2. Good luck to you, Mr. Pfeiffer. Same conditions apply on both cases with the GPS monitored device.
Your Honor, is there gonna be a nebbia?
No, ma'am.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Detective Bellinger. Stop on by sometime up on 7-2. I understand Mr. Pfeiffer is going to be in our division, so we'll get to see you.
Yes, sir. Be safe.
Thank you. You too. Next case we have is Jose Carlos Moya Lopez, case F25-18717.